back to my channel. It's Kirstondo, and today we're playing Her Story. I've had this game for a couple of years now, my Steam library. I got pretty far in it when I first bought it back in the day, but I never finished it. It's a pretty difficult game, but I got inspired recently to give it another go, and here we are. Gotta get into it. So basically, like I'm a detective or something, and there's this lady, and we have to go through a bunch of video files to figure out, you know, what's true, what's not true. So here we go. Yeah, murder is the first search term that we're going to look through, and then we just find different keywords from there in the videos that she talks about. So I'm looking for which one's the most, the oldest. And
yeah, that's me. But February, and that was months ago. What's that got to do with Simon's murder?
okay, interesting. Okay, so Simon, February, we have some clues now. I want to add that to the session. Add this just so I don't forget my keywords. I'll come back to these in a minute and we'll watch those. But now I'm going to put in Simon to see what else pops up. So you see here, it's just going to give me a lot of different videos to go through.
I didn't murder Simon. You've got it wrong. You've got the wrong person.
Okay, I don't know if I believe her or not, and I want to know her name. I know we're going to find it at some point, but
I'd like to speak to a lawyer now. Please. You have no murder weapon. You have nothing. And all these stories we've been telling each other, just that. Stories.
okay, she's a murder suspect apparently, and I guess Simon is someone she knows. I don't know how to feel about her
You
vibes.
think it's murder? I mean, clearly it's murder. What can I do to help?
Okay, that's believable. Let's keep going to these now. Let's see. Add these for later. They're on the same day, I believe. Alright, so we found sorry, we found a few more. So you just use different
Simon.
keywords,
Simon
guys.
Smith. He works at Ernst Brothers Glass. They do windows, all kinds of glass. Simon does the more special work. Mirror making, feature windows.
Okay, right there. Ernst Brothers Glass. That's what I want to look up. Oh, nothing? That was a video I just watched, but
Simon Smith.
okay. Well, that's not gonna get me anywhere. Let's just keep going.
Simon is 6 foot, darkish blonde hair, average build. He's clean shaven. If his beard grows, it goes ginger, so he shaves it. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with ginger hair. And bought a photo instead of spring photo.
I'm confused.
This was taken last year on holiday in Rome. It's the best one I
Why
had.
is she so chipper? She's so happy. It's a holiday. Oh, I found a new video. Look here.
We spent the wedding night in a hotel in Brighton. It would have been too much to do more. We were saving for the baby. It was wonderful to be in a hotel, away from home, just alone together. Since then, we've always tried to get away for our holiday.
Interesting. Okay, so the Simon guy was her husband. There was a baby. Oh, look at this. Look at these videos.
We couldn't afford our own place. Simon dropped out of school, went full-time at the Glaziers. That was Eric's generosity. We moved in with his mum and dad. They
Who
had
was
spare
Eric?
room for us and the baby, if it came. It was a nice change, time to myself, living there for those months, full of hope.
Huh. Okay.
No. I lost the baby.
Oh, no.
I had a miscarriage at 8 months.
Oh, my God.
We carried on living at Simon's parents until, well, it was only a few months after.
Maybe, I'm not trying, look, this is the first episode here. I'm not trying to assume anything, but maybe she has some sort of postpartum depression and off Simon. You know, but I think that's what they want you to think, is that she's the one who did it, because she's just kind of off.
So, it was Friday evening. We had an argument. He left. On Saturday, he didn't come back. I waited all day. He was supposed to go help Eric out with something on the Saturday afternoon. They had a job. He didn't show. So Eric was ringing on the phone. I checked at the Rock, that's our local. They said they'd seen him on the Friday night, but not since. He still wasn't back this morning. It just isn't like him at all. Still not back by dinner time. It's getting dark again. So I decided to come and see you. His parents haven't heard anything either.
I don't know. Okay, I think I'll add this session to come back to here in a minute. And then we're gonna look up the Rock. She mentioned that, and I don't want to forget it.
It's the Rockington Arms, the Rock. It's run by a nice couple, Peter and Susan. There's some other regulars there that Simon likes to drink with, and the barmaid they have in sometimes, Helen. Peter said Simon had been in and had a few drinks.
Okay. How does she know all of this? That's my question.
Oh God, I don't know. I mean, I guess the Rock. We've spoken to everyone there. Someone must have seen where he went. I don't know. So many things could have gone wrong.
Yeah, all we can really do is just keep watching, keep adding clips to the session, using every keyword we can think of.
No. I think he spoke to Helen. She said he was upset about her argument, but I'm not sure what else he said. He likes Helen. He likes blondes.
What? How do you know that? Were you blonde at some point, or is he voiced this?
No. I think he spoke to Helen.
Fuck this Helen lady.
She said he was upset about her argument,
Hold on.
but I'm not sure what else he said.
What argument?
He likes Helen. He likes blondes.
Then why are you married to somebody who likes a different... Okay, well... This is messy. This is getting messy. Not trying to judge here, but...
Could the hairs have come from somewhere else? I mean, could they... We have a lot of dolls in the attic. There's a Rapunzel doll with long blonde hair. Could they have come from there?
Okay, she has I feel like there's some sort of incentive to kill Simon because he was cheating with Helen.
This other person doesn't exist. I don't know what the blonde wig is, but it could be anything. Have you looked at the cat flap?
The cat flap? Of a cat? That's cute. I will look that up in a minute.
You want me to play something?
She gonna... Who brings a guitar to an interrogation?
Not the world's greatest guitar player.
Honey, we don't have all day.
Probably needs tuning. No. It's okay. How about a traditional ballad?
She has like an Elizabeth Hurley vibe, and I'm digging it. But I'm scared of her at the same time. She's too calm. Like your husband died, and you're jamming out over here.
There were two sisters came walking by the sea. Oh, the wind and the rain.
Alright, girl. That's just any keywords: drowned, dreadful, floated, swan. Okay, that's just so unnatural. And they let her bring this in here? They let her bring the guitar? Unprofessional.
Yes, there's an Amstrad one. No one uses it for very much. There's a printer so you can write letters on it. Simon sometimes plays games. You know, climb the tower, save the princess, that kind of thing.
I don't know, guys. Her body language is really throwing me off. It feels like she loves him, and yet
Simon isn't the type to run off or do anything crazy. Someone must have done something to him, or there must have been some kind of accident. So what do we do next?
I don't know, man. You tell me. Like I fucking know.
When I was 8, Mother died. She slipped down the stairs. It was an accident. I had read a diary at that point and I knew she wasn't my real mother. So I burned the diary that day and I left.
That's not your
Walked
diary
out
to burn.
and across the street.
She killed her own mother. Look, guys, I'm less than an hour into this game. What is? Oh my goodness, my brain is fried. This playthrough, my second playthrough, but first playthrough on the channel, and I can already feel like she's guilty. Like she is not making me feel comfortable. Come to us.
Across the road, where my parents first lived there, was a midwife called Florence. When Hannah was born, I was born at the same time. The midwife was there to help. I'd been throttled by the cord, probably wrapped around my neck by Hannah. The midwife told my mother I was dead. But I wasn't. She wrote all this stuff in a diary. Amazing what people will admit to on paper.
I like that line. Amazing what... Whoa! That scared me. Amazing what people would admit to on paper. Okay, let's go through here and add some of these. I have so many ideas. We need Mother, we need Hannah, we need Florence. We got Mother. We need the other two. Let's try Midwife real quick. Oh, we got one.
Florence raised me in her home. I never left it. She kept me out of sight. It wasn't odd for people to see a midwife with a baby, carrying in supplies, washing nappies, that sort of thing. I never knew any different. I grew up looking out of my window and seeing her across the road. I thought it was like a reflection in the mirror.
Aww.
She was me.
Shout out to all the midwives out there. Thank you for helping people birth.
Florence took me home with her. Mother hadn't been expecting twins and had a healthy baby. I guess she was just happy for Florence to clean up. Take away the evidence that this was anything but a happy occasion.
Oh, damn. Shit. Oh, what does that mean? What does it mean?
Florence was a warm, kind person. But she was broken, I guess. When I found her diary, I also found a biscuit tin with other stuff in it. Older papers, letters, that kind of thing. Her story was in there.
She said the thing. She said the title
I
of the
never
fucking
spoke to her
game.
about it. I was far too young to really
She said
understand.
it.
I guess I just put it together later, once I was older. She had loved children, planned to have a large family, but her husband died in the war. And that was back when you married for life. She never felt like she could marry again. Isn't that strange? She was a widow from her 20s.
She was committed to the love of her life.
I mean, I guess it was different then.
There's people like that
Who were
now.
married for life and she felt she could never marry again.
That's how
I
I
guess it was
feel.
harder, a war widow.
If
One
you're-
of the dead.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe there was more to it than that. I don't really know.
Yeah, one and done, honey. That's how it should be. Let's see, I want to add that. So she made me think of your letters. I thought that would be something special. Her story? Ooh, ooh.
It's Rapunzel. The story starts when she's born. Mother Gothel, a witch, takes Rapunzel from her parents and keeps her locked up in this tower. Rapunzel gets pregnant by the prince. Mother Gothel is furious, so she cuts off her hair and throws it. Actually, her hair's already short here, so that's already happened. But she throws her into the wilderness, and Rapunzel is reunited with the prince, who's blind.
What?
But she cures him with her tears, and so it's a happy ending.
I've never known the whole story with Rapunzel.
Is that too much?
So emotional. Aw. Okay, why is she obsessed with dolls and Rapunzel? Rapunzel. Yeah, put that in there for later.
Her story is that she'd waited for him to come back. She put on my wig, some of my clothes, pretended to be me.
Who?
They talked. She'd enjoyed being me. He said he wanted to be with me. Then he took out a present. Another mirror. Just like the one he'd given her earlier. That unique present. She went crazy.
I'm confused. Who is
smashed the mirror. They argued, screamed. He hit her. So she grabbed a piece of the mirror and just swung it round. She cut his throat clean open. She'd only meant to scare him off.
Excuse me? Excuse me? Yeah, who is she talking about?
Sorry. The picture, the way it's drawn, just reminded me of the books we used to read as children. I read those fairy tales over and over, and they were so real to me. Rapunzel was my favourite. My brain is just full of it. Are any of these in colour?
She has like a childlike essence about her. I think she's just
Did I pass?
having an episode or
Sorry, I
something.
messed it up with all that Rapunzel stuff. Do you need me to do that card again?
Card again? What do you mean? What do you mean?
We were obsessed with fairy tales. Not just the pretty ones, but the traditional ones. They were dark and real, bizarre and violent. Felt like life. We had this huge old book that I think Mum must have bought from a library sale. The illustrations had thin tracing paper over them to protect them. They were in colour, shiny plates. At the front of the book was an index of illustrations. We read that more than the actual stories.
Aww.
We'd read aloud the captions and flip between the pictures. There was something intimate about peeling back the tracing paper, undressing the pictures. Rapunzel's hair is cut. The eagle plucks out his heart. The princess pricks her finger.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know shit about Rapunzel. I really don't. This game is super trippy. Mirror game. Who is that supposed to be? I love the style though. This is so cool. The glare and everything. I don't know how to play this. I know it just gave me directions, but I'm not gonna read those. I don't get it. I just don't get this. This is madness. Make it stop. Make it stop. Database. I filed a Freedom of Information form to get your guest access. Everything seems to work. They transferred the videos of the original tapes in 1999, and then the Y2K thing hit, and they got mothballed. No one has touched them since. I couldn't find the server with the detective's footage on. Possibly those tapes got damaged when the old archives were flooded in 97, but figured this would be enough. Take your time. Cool. Yeah, I'm not reading that. I know what to do. Let's get back to it. What? Oh, this is all the stuff that I found already. Holy shit. Holy shit, there's a lot to go through. Oh my god. Cool. little overwhelmed. Let's think here. Oh.
It was after dinner. I'd spoken to Sam's parents on the phone. I looked up for an early night and I suddenly had this thought. I think it was something his mum had said. She'd been speaking about old stuff, sad stuff, about when we lived there, about the baby. There's some boxes in the cellar, nursery stuff we never needed, and I never had the heart to throw out. And I suddenly remembered that when I'd looked down there the week before, those boxes, that pile was in the wrong place. I went cold all over.
What does this have to do with anything?
I went down there with a torch and went straight to the back, and that's when I saw the bin bags. Pulled them open, saw the body.
Whose body?
I screamed, and that's when I called the police.
So, is she trying to say that Simon's parents killed him?
Yes.
Oh, okay, girl. I see you.
It was a shock to him. I mean, we never thought it was possible. I don't know what he... I mean, I hadn't decided whether to keep the baby. I wasn't really ready to talk to him about it.
What? That is your husband. If you get pregnant, you should probably say, like, hey, honey, guess
Then
what?
my
We
parents
didn't have,
died.
you know, remember that
It was
one
the worst year
time?
of my life. A miscarriage.
Be
And
polite.
my parents.
No. Not. I don't know how to feel, guys. Should I be on her side or against
Yes.
her? I don't know. Like,
I inherited it from my parents, so it made sense to move back. Me and Simon. Felt like going back to old ways before the pregnancy. Reminded me of being a girl, a dollhouse in the attic, old things. We didn't sleep in my parents' bedroom for a long time. We decorated it as soon as we moved in, but it was another year before we started sleeping there.
okay, that sounds normal, I guess. Let's see, pregnancy. All right, found some.
Hannah had a miscarriage. This was late in the pregnancy and it left her infertile.
Who's Hannah? Wait,
Felt like the universe had corrected its course.
I'm confused.
We were aligned again.
You okay? You alright?
But Hannah and Simon were still living with his parents. They were married. Simon had a job at the Glaziers now. Eric had given him a full-time position after he left school.
Is she talking in third person? Or is she referring to her? Yeah, what in the fuck? She's supposed to be with Simon, right?
No one has been in the last few weeks. We had a plumber come in 3-4 weeks ago. Someone Simon knew from the rock.
This is so intriguing. So intriguing.
Okay. There's a girl and she's staring out of the window. She's sad. She's trapped. She's here. She's looking out the window because her mother won't let her out. I would have been a good mother. I was young, but I would have been a good mother. She was a girl, by the way, the baby. We were going to call her Sarah. Simon wanted to call her Ava after his nana, but I didn't want her to have a symmetrical name.
Why not? What's the problem? Like a palindrome? I may have spelled that wrong. I don't think I've ever, I rarely use that word. I'm a great speller. I'm all about the spelling bees.
My name is Hannah. Hannah.
What?
It's palindrome.
I know it. See, I knew.
It
Okay,
was the
I
same
know
backwards
that.
as forwards. It doesn't work from America though. It's not quite symmetrical, but well.
She was talking about Hannah
Sorry.
and
Hannah Smith.
like
I live
she
at
was
31
someone
Gladstone
else.
Street.
Girl, I think she might have the multi-personality thing going for her. Cause she literally talked about Hannah like she was someone else, and she's Hannah. Like, girl, what's this? She's Hannah, okay. That's what I thought.
What are you doing talking about Eve?
Eve. Well, that says something.
Yes, my name is Hannah Smith. Oh, shit. Sorry.
What? What?
She recognized me from the window. She told me to come inside, and she hid me. They had made the attic into a place where Hannah could play. There was a dollhouse. She hid me up there. No one else ever went into the attic. It was her place.
I think we just discovered some more information. Guys, this game is amazing. Holy hell.
My mother called me Eve.
Oh, shit.
Well, she wasn't my real mother, but she raised me.
Was it Florence?
Do you want to take a story?
Yeah, was it about the
It's a
midwife?
real life fairy tale.
Okay. See, the videos will be jumping back and forth from
No.
the beginning of the
It
interview
was
to
just
the end,
me
the middle.
and her. Eve was the name they were going to call their first child. They talked about it, and I'm going to try when he came back. Florence's family had a history of
I knew
firstborn
it.
girls, so they were convinced it was going to be a girl. It's hard to know if this is all true. These are stories I remember, that I read when I was a child.
What does this have to
Maybe
do
I misread. Maybe I misunderstood.
with Simon?
Sometimes it's hard to remember what happened last week.
This is not like an autobiography interview. I want to know what happened to your husband who died. Like,
Yes, I read a lot as a child and watched lots of TV. Then the doll's house we had, we still have in the attic. It's kind of a fairy castle. We used to play out there and make up our own stories.
okay, that's cool. Chill. I just don't get it. I don't get the motivation.
I'm not sure where the dollhouse came from. I don't know if it was given to them or they inherited it. I mean, they wouldn't have had the money to buy it. It was so huge. It must have been taken up to the attic in parts and then reassembled up there. It's a beautiful thing. Wallpaper to scale, little furniture,
No, I like dollhouses. I
lights
get it.
work, mirrors, beds, big duvets and pillows. We spent hours and hours playing it, invented all these characters and families who lived there. We wrote paperwork for them all, passports, diaries, gave them all really elaborate stories. Once, a moth got trapped in there. We'd left a light on. It was making the most horrendous noise. We tried to kill it, but it was tough.
Ah,
We ended up crushing it under a copy of the Arabian Nights.
don't be killing a moth for no reason. That's not nice. But guys, I used to make dioramas and stuff, so I get it. It's fun. It's cute. But the thing is, you have a lot of control over it. So maybe this is a control aspect thing. Oh, no stories about the moth. Oh, okay.
No, he doesn't keep a diary. That's my thing. I've kept one, well, as long as I can remember, since I was a girl. It helps make sense of my day. And when you're forced to put something into words, it just gives you perspective. Everyone's on the same page.
I used to keep a diary, and then I just felt like it was just too sad to read back.
When I was at school,
I destroyed it.
I worked part-time in the front shop. It was sort of an extended family thing. My dad used to work there, my mum worked there before I was born. I took care of paperwork, filing, typing out invoices, that kind of thing. It was a good job for a girl back then. I didn't work a till or anything, but I was quite shy, so I wouldn't have liked to have worked a till.
Okay. So we're gonna need to know a lot about this character.
A mobile phone? Yeah. Well, they have one for the glaziers, but it's only for work.
What is glazier?
It's in the kitchen. I saw it plugged into its charging cradle.
Oh, a charging cradle. That's cute. Well, I don't know, guys, how to feel about her. I don't. I really don't.
Yes, there's a car that we share, a Cavalier, and a van he uses for work. It's owned by Eric, but we look after it. Both of them are there now, parked on the street. I'm not sure about the keys for the van. I can look for you when I get back.
She's being very open.
No. I'm not sure what strange would be, but he hasn't been acting odd. He's been busy at work, but nothing too stressful.
Well, let's see. Oh shit. Well, looky there.
I wasn't in the house all of Friday night. After the argument, after Simon left, I left too. I was upset and I wanted to get away. So I took the car.
Okay. I feel like...
I got in the car and I drove. I just kept driving north. Just kept going, just wanted to get as far away as I could. When I finally stopped, I was all the way up in Glasgow.
What was the fight about?
I was so tired. I just had to sleep.
If you've made it this far into the video, please like and subscribe. Be sure to hit the bell and leave me a comment down below. Do you like this game? Do you like where it's going? Let's get back into it.
I left the next day, Saturday. I slept for a few hours in the car. And when I woke up, I came straight back. Simon wasn't returning my calls and I wanted to try and make up. I got back to the house and Simon wasn't there. And I...
Oh my god, she's gonna puke. Ah, no, dude, nasty.
Yeah. I pulled over and slept in the car. This was just by the side of the road. I was exhausted.
Alright, let's keep looking around for some keywords. Sorry for anyone who got a little queasy during that little moment there where she upchucked. I did not expect that, and I gotta leave it in. I gotta leave it in.
The whole thing was wrong.
It tells the story. Her story.
The bags, I think they were from our kitchen. You can probably check that. We never go into the cellar. It's just a place we put things we don't need. Dad used to grow mushrooms there.
Like the good mushrooms, or like mushrooms you eat?
The bags were taped up. I think it was parcel tape, but I think it was ours.
Interesting, parcel tape. What is that? What is that?
No, they were shut. Most of the windows are really hard to open anyway. It's stifling in summer. They were painted over by my dad.
Sorry,
He
guys.
left a door open accidentally. Or there's a cat flap in the back door.
What does the cat flap have to do with anything? What is she talking about? So out of order here. Alright.
They said it was food poisoning. There was something in the food they ate. My dad liked to pick mushrooms, grow them too. They said it was the mushrooms. It was hard to believe.
Wait, Simon?
Death caps. They have a skirt around the cap. My dad taught me that. But, the police had no reason to think it was suspicious. They lived alone. And no one had any reason to hurt them.
That's interesting. Death caps, mushrooms, husband's dead, acting weird and happy and chipper about it. Girl. Is your name really Hannah?
It wasn't the present so much. It was one of those arguments that had been simmering for a while. The present was a mirror. A nice mirror. He'd engraved the glass, the kind of mirror a princess would have in a story. He made it specially for me.
Okay, well, I want someone to make me a fucking mirror. Damn, I'm jealous now.
The mirror. I can't remember. I put it somewhere safe. Upstairs, I think. I haven't looked at it since.
I love the background noise. It's so unnerving, so intense.
Silverleaf? No. He normally silvers them properly. This mirror, it's supposed to look antique. The reflection isn't as good. It's the perfect mirror for someone who doesn't like to look at their own reflection.
Dude, there's something off about her. Yeah, let's just try silver and then we'll try silverleaf possibly. Depends on what we find.
Look, on his clothes, that would make sense. He made it. By hand. He brushes the silver onto the glass. It's not how they make mirrors these days. He made the mirror. And he gave it to me.
I want to make a mirror. I want someone to give me a mirror they made, and I want to make my own.
That would be in his wallet. It's a Visa, a silver one. He doesn't like to spend money he doesn't have, so he usually pays with cash. But
Understandable. This Eric guy is like his boss, his brother. What the fuck? Oh, I thought there'd be more videos. Wallet? Oh shit.
He has a wallet, a huge silly thing, leather, real leather, I think. He packs it full of stuff, business cards, receipts, lottery tickets. He always carries it in his back pocket. I think that's why he's got a bad back. He sets the discs.
I've read about that. Guys who
I haven't
put their
seen it,
wallets
so
in their back
you must
pocket
have it
and
on
fuck
him.
your back up when you sit down.
He always
Kick it
takes
out.
it out of his back pocket.
Hold on to it.
before-
Something.
When he comes in, if he's in the house.
Okay. So, yeah. Oh, a shit ton. Well, 3.
He was wearing a shirt, a blue turtleneck shirt and jeans. He has a watch. It's a really nice one. That was a gift from his boss, Eric. He had his coat, a long grey duffel coat, like Paddington Bear.
Aww.
He would have taken that with him. It's not in the house.
I think she's lying. Sorry, guys.
Sure? Yes, of course, if that would help. Will you phone the house to let me know when you want to come round? Then I can make sure that I'm there.
Make sure they can hide the evidence of the murder you committed, honey. I know what's going on here. I think she did it.
I wasn't in the house.
The way she looks away when she answers, the way she fiddles, the stirring of the coffee cup. Look, I will be very surprised if she's not the one we're looking for. She's the only fucking one we can talk to. But I just don't see this game ending with her not being the murderer.
I got a job to contribute, you know. Doug knew someone and I got a job as a dinner lady
It
at the
was
primary school.
Doug.
They said it didn't matter if I could cook or not, just don't poison the kids.
Wow, that's hilarious. Yeah, don't.
So you see,
She might
it's always been
have.
complicated between me and Simon.
Simon.
It's never just been the two of us. There's always been pressure.
Okay,
And the Glaziers. I worked there some weekends and Simon had a part-time job there too. That was Eric's generosity. He was always good at helping out other people's children. Simon was quiet, more thoughtful than the other boys. Even then, he had a sense of craftsmanship. Wasn't always rushing stuff. Boys that age are just running around like headless chickens most of the time. Yeah. Plus, he had that look. He looked like a fairy tale prince from one of my books.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. I'm getting a weird vibe. I'm getting a weird fucking vibe off of her. Did I already insert library? Eric? Oh, we got one we missed.
Well, Eric was like an uncle to him. They were pretty close. They spend a lot of time with each other, especially when they have to go to conferences. Have you met his wife, Diane?
No, I doubt they have. They're not like going to fucking barbecues. Honey, you were at the police station. What's going on?
The legal stuff was completed very quickly. Hannah moved back in with Simon. Eric gave Simon the week off to help with the move. He decorated, modernised wallpaper curtains. Hannah insists the attic be left as it was, dollhouse and all. Simon never went up there.
Well, holy shit, guys. This has been a very fun part 1 of this series. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, hit the bell, and I will see you all in the next episode.